N-Power beneficiaries demand release of Efcc corruption report on ex-Humanitarian Affairs Minister Betta Edu, Umar Farouk orders. Okay. The National Association of N-Power Beneficiaries (NANB) has called on the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission to release the full report of its investigation. They get reports. Okay, of the investigation into alleged corruption within the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation. The ministry has been under scrutiny following allegations of financial mismanagement, prompting public interest in the outcome of the investigation. The Efcc is yet to release the report of its investigation into alleged fraud involving former Ministers of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development Sadiya Umar Farouk and Betta Edu. The investigations launched months ago. I think that was like last year sef. Wasn't it like last year they removed this Betta Edu? Also involved the former coordinator of the National Social Investment Program Agency (NCPA), Halima Shehu, and a contractor, James Okwete. However, in a letter dated May 2, 2025, addressed to the executive chairman of the Efcc and obtained by Sahara reporters on Sunday, NANB urged the anti-graft agency to make public the findings of its probe, citing the critical impact of the alleged misconduct on national development and public welfare. Signed by Bashir Ladan, National Secretary of NANB, on behalf of the National President, the letter emphasized that transparency and accountability remains foundational to Nigeria's democratic governance. Abeg na today. These people are not accountable to anybody. They will not be accountable. They only put out what they want to put out. They only tell us what they want us to know. They only tell us what they want us to hear. The remaining one, they are not going to see anything about it again. They are not accountable to anybody, no matter how much you ask. They will not answer. The group called on the Efcc to publicly disclose the report or provide access to civil society organizations and concerned citizens. We are writing to formally request the release of the comprehensive report from the investigation carried out by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) into the allegations of corruption in the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation. They did not do anything. Obviously, those people are already working freely now. They might have even closed the talk, closed the investigation. Abeg, given the grave implications of alleged misconduct on national development and public welfare, it is imperative that the findings of this investigation be made available to the public. Transparency and accountability are practical pillars of our democracy, and the release of these reports would reinforce public trust in anti-corruption efforts. We respectfully request that the Efcc make the full report available, either through public disclosure or by providing access to interested citizens and civil society groups, the letter added. N-Power is a Nigerian government social intervention program initiated under the administration of former President Muhammadu Buhari in 2016. It is designed to address unemployment and poverty by empowering young Nigerians with skills, training, and employment opportunities. It is part of the broader National Social Investment Programs (NSIPS), which aims to alleviate poverty, support vulnerable populations, and stimulate economic growth. The program primarily targets young Nigerians aged 18 to 35, including both graduates and non-graduates. However, the program has been marred by corruption. Always, that's always it. That's always the end results. Corruption, mismanagement, and inefficiencies over the years. In November 2024, N-Power beneficiaries across the country announced plans to protest in all states of the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory (FCT) over the non-payment of their one-year stipends by the Nigerian government. Can you imagine? Led by additional Adex, the beneficiaries lamented that they had not received their stipend from October 2022 to September 2023. Now, wow. They noted that although the program was suspended by the Nigerian government, they were engaged and their services were utilized prior to the suspension. It was learned that batches A and B, comprising 200,000 and 300,000 youths, respectively, were selected from all 774 local government areas of the country and paid a monthly stipend of 30,000 naira. Imagine, graduates collecting 30,000 naira. until the program was discontinued in June 2020. This country, it is well. God will save us. God will help us. For all we know now, those women, the humanitarian affairs minister, the better Edu, they might not even be in the country safe. They might not be in the country. They are flexing. Nothing is going to happen to them. And they're not going to release any investigation results. This is Nigeria. Isaiah Abiola says, as long as they are still in APC, that episode is over. Truly, this is the Nigeria we found ourselves under APC, but let us thank God. Nothing lasts forever. Nigeria and Nigerians shall overcome by the grace of God. Basi Ulo says, no, EFCC will not do that, but rather they will run after and intimidate a patriot like VDM for asking a legitimate question about missing funds from his mother's bank account in GTB. Nigerians from all walks of life must rise up with one voice to demand the release of a damning corruption on ex-humanitarian affairs minister Umar Farouk and Betta Edu. This must never be swept under the tiles. Moye swept under the tiles. Do you know many things that they've swept under the tiles? I'll be under the carpet. Do you know many things that they've swept? Not today. Nigeria is bleeding and in a state of coma because of corruption in high places. The corruption, it is well. Every God shower says, even if the finding indict the EFCC themselves, all of them at the top, including Bubu, so they will not release it. They won't release anything. They probably have thrown the file away safe. They won't know where they kept it. Joseph Ide says, they will tell you investigation is in progress. The Tears of Empire batch C2 beneficiaries will continue to hunt those behind the unpaid stipends. Amen. Imagine, everything in this country is corruption. Look at the student loan. Money is already missing. Everything in this country. I don't understand why we cannot have at least faithful people in power that would actually do the right thing with the money that they are collecting. They just want to pack everything for themselves alone. It is well, though. It is well. Nasiru Abdullah says they punished us over our rights for good 8 to 9 months without paying our stipends. As in, it is really stipend, because what is 30,000 naira? Supposed to do for somebody every month? A graduate. Graduates, even the non-graduates, save 30,000 naira. Oh, wow. Abdul Duzuwa says, what do we call people who divert the poor masses' money for their personal interests? Thieves. There's no other name for a thief. A thief is a thief. A thief is a thief. They are just thieves. Big ones. Nkodika says, EFCC is used as a tool of vendetta in the hands of this present government. They carry out selective justice. If not, somebody like Bello of Kogi State, who loot a state dry when he was governor, supposed to be in their custody, but he's walking around freely. Yes, so that is how it is in Nigeria. God help us. My listeners, over to you. Leave your thoughts. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.